Hello everyone. So last topic we have read about the cron jobs. So today we will discuss and go through the topic of continuous integration. So let's go through the topic now. What is this continuous integration in YAML pipeline? So continuous integration is the pipeline which automatically builds and tests your code every time a team member pushes the code into the repository, right? So this is very straightforward and simple example. We will go through it. Let's see what it does. So it catches the bugs early, because whenever a developer is doing a code changes, it automatically, whenever a dev, let's say this is a dev and he's doing a code changes, then you will be having a YAML pipeline or your CI pipeline. What will it will start building your changes in the build pipeline, right? Now let's go to the next topic. What it does, it ensures the code quality. Very simple and straightforward. Okay, and it maintains a healthy code base. Basically it maintains everywhere in Git or Azure repo, or anywhere wherever you are maintaining the repositories, right? Now looking into the next topic, continuous integration in YAML and Azure DevOps through YAML pipeline. Okay, so how it starts. So first thing is trigger. What it does is that you wanted to trigger your pipeline and what branches you wanted to include. So this branches, what it is telling is include main, master or dev. So whenever a developer will be doing a changes into main branch, master one or a dev, your build pipeline will immediately start building your changes, right? That's what it is written here. Automatically runs the pipeline whenever there is a code push to the main branch, master branch or dev branch. What if you wanted to disable the continuous integration? So it is very simple. In the trigger which we have seen here, which was a blank, right? Here you have seen trigger as a blank. So if you mention here trigger equals to none, which means it is going to disable your continuous integration. What it will do, so whenever there will be a code change from the developer, right? Let's say if a code change has been pushed by the dev, this pipeline, let's say this pipeline is ABC pipeline, this pipeline will not run even though you will push whatever changes you want in the particular branch or repository. What is include or exclude branches, right? So if I if I show you here, there are two things here, right? Here in the branches got divided into two parts. What you wanted to include, what you wanted to exclude, right? So so when we are going to mention here as include main release star, what does it mean? So whenever a code change will be there on the main branch, immediately your pipeline will start building. Whenever there will be a change in the branch with the name called release slash fix for bug, fix for bug or anything basically which starts like release and then anything can be. Star means all. So anything after release, then hyphen, I mean this forward slash, your pipeline will immediately start building it. What is exclude? So exclude means which you do not want it in your build pipeline to trigger. Let's say you wanted to exclude any file that should not be a part of your build. So you can do easily exclude here as well. So experimental test, right, all these files you can just write with a hyphen, and all these files will be excluded. Coming next, what is path filter? Path filter is nothing but the way we have included and excluded the master and branches, right? You can also include based on the, or you can build based on the path. This is important. So let's say again paths, paths, paths is divided into two parts, same like branches, include and exclude, right? Include means you want what all the source files is which start from src, then forward slash, and whatever you wanted to, if it is abc 123 whatever name is there, it will be their part of the build. Let's say you have exclude. So exclude means the documents which you have, maybe some training documents or some project files which is having the necessary knowledge or knowledge information which you want don't want it to build it, so you can keep it as a exclude. So basically those things will get excluded. So what it is saying is, this is useful when you want the pipeline to run only on the code changes. So let's say if a developer has done a code changes on the src file, right? So he wanted only to trigger and he wanted to test whether my build is getting succeeded or not. So he can do like this, not documentations or non-code file. As I told, your project setting or project information, you don't want it to build those changes, right? Because that is not required. So you can exclude those things, right? Coming to the next one, what is multi-branch, right? So I think we have just I mean in a previous page also we have seen with the same example, but let's go through it. It will be a practice. So trigger branches we already know, include exclude we know, right? Then what it is having is, it is telling I wanted to trigger my pipeline in case of main, in case of all feature branch, or if anybody is doing any production hotfixes. So in all these cases I wanted to get my build pipeline to trigger. So if any push is to the main branch, any pipeline which starts from feature or hotfix will get triggered. Right? That's just a simple examination. I mean explanation. Okay, this is we have already discussed. Real world CI/CD. What, let's see what is this. Will be the end of this small session. Then what it is telling is, I think we all together we should go and discuss. I'll give a pause here for a 2 seconds so that you will understand and you will look into this code. So let's analyze this code first of all. So what it is doing is, on the YAML pipeline, it is the top part, right? So what it is saying, I wanted to trigger, okay, you wanted to include the branches. What are those branches? These two. And it is telling, okay, I wanted to include based on these two path. So what it is saying is, if any code change happens on main, right, or develop branches, then you build a pipeline or you trigger a pipeline, plus you include the two path in your build. What are those two path? Path starts from all src. This is point number one. Point number two, all the tests I wanted to include, and I wanted to exclude, what I wanted to exclude, this readme file. Readme file is nothing but what it contains. Readme file contains only the project information or repository information, those things. So the same thing information I think we can see here as well. So runs to the main and develop branch, triggers only to this I mean triggers only if the file have these modifications, right? And it is telling ignore readme. I think I misread or misguided here. So it is going to trigger if these two files will be changed on the master, or I mean main or develop branch. So we should read from the bottom. So if, because this is the trigger conditions, right? In this trigger condition, let me clean this first of all. So what I'm trying to say is, in this trigger condition we should read it from the bottom. So we need to include these two files, and if there is any change on the master and develop branch, then we need to run the continuous integration pipeline. You can read it from top to bottom or anyway, I mean, because generally YAML pipeline executes from the top to bottom, so there is no harm if you understand. So just for understanding purpose I told, you can read it for your from bottom as well. So this is all about this session. Thank you and have a nice day.